A few more bulbs to have a little look at. I've been sorting out my boxes of bulbs upstairs and in the garage, and I still find the odd one or two. I know I haven't shown these before. If I have, I apologise, but I'm pretty sure I haven't. The only similar one that I've shown is this one here. This is a British lamp, possibly about 40 watts, might even be less, it might be 25 watts. The filament is intact, as you can see, but it's after the war, when presumably lamp envelopes were short, they had to find another means of making lamps, and what they did, they raided the valve envelopes, because that envelope is a typical envelope you'd find on an English valve. It's valve shape. I found out a little bit more about the origins of possibly these lamps, but as I say, I'm not 100% certain. I'm pretty sure these were sold by Woolworths. That's the British Woolworths store. I know their brand name at the time was Sunshine, and later they used the name Vesta. I also found out that these lamps were not necessarily the same standard as the well-known makes like Osram, Mazda, but that they were possibly made by a company or two companies. One company was called Ismay, I-S-M-A-Y, Ismay lamps, which were manufactured near Ilford and Romford, in that area of North London, and the other ones was made by a company which, as far as I know, is still in existence, not in this country now, Splendor. And Splendor lamps had a factory between Wimbledon and Morden. It was in an industrial estate at Merton, and the company was set up by the Dutch company from Nijmegen, and that too manufactured the Sunshine lamp. Anyhow, end of the history lesson. Another British lamp. Now this is fairly old, it's not ancient, but as you can see, it's not the typical filament for a candle lamp. It's what they call a rough service filament. Elongated filament filling up the best part of the lamp. And this was manufactured by Osram GEC. It's 40 watt. It's obviously 240 volt or 230, 230 volt 40 watt. And you can just make out the Osram name, Osram GEC Limited. Small bayonet cap. In fact, the other lamp was also a small bayonet cap. These lamps would have been used in chandeliers and other decorative forms. The modern version of this now just has the normal coil filament, or even a coil filament. Nowhere near as interesting as this. This is a coiled filament, but it's what's called a rough service filament. Now we jump across the pond, and I have here the envelope of a Sylvania lamp. As you can see, Sylvania was at one time owned by GTE, General Telephones and Electric, I believe that stands for. I should know, I collect telephones as well. Made in USA, which is an unusual sight these days. Most of the stuff over there, as in England, and I think pretty well any other countries, made in China, which to my mind is a great pity, but there we are. I suppose they say that's the way forward. Unmatched quality and performance. Sylvania lights the way. Pre-tested. I don't know the age of this box. It's a few years old. I'm sure the American viewers of these will probably know this. I think Andy could well know, and probably Parrot, and some of the other names, Ethan. So have a little look, let us know. And that's something. I'll show you the bulb, what it's like inside. There's the actual bulb. It's intact. I can bring the filament up so you can see it. And this was the typical design that these tubular lamps had. You can see how they're supported. Reminiscent of the mercury discharge lamps and the sodium discharge, how they're actually held within the tube. And the normal standard base, which is the I don't know, what size would that be? Is it ad medium? I don't know. It's a size we don't use in England, or we do use it, but it's normally found on lamps that are fitted into microwaves. I think it's called ad medium, but once again, please help me out on that one. There we are, the Sylvania lamp. It's got supports all the way down. We now go back in time. This, I'm pretty sure, would have been used as a car headlamp bulb. I believe it's rated at 12 volts. Yes, there's 12 volts written on the side there. Possibly 24 watts, 36 watts, something of that region. You see the filament's quite a hefty filament. It's a normal one, it's not a pip top. As you can see, it's got an evacuation tube. Don't know the manufacturer. I would think it is British made. It's a small bayonet cap, double contact, SBC double contact, and the filament is supported by one support wire. The last one for this effort is another British lamp. This is as far as I can see on there. I'm cheating. It's got the number 85 on there, so that could be the year of manufacture. I'll leave that up to all you out there. There's one gentleman who definitely knows all these numbers, and he is a great help actually. He comes back and he says, oh, that's made in such and such. So, you know, it's good. It's England. I think it's Osram. I'm pretty sure it's Osram. 6 volt 20 watt. So it's quite a high amperage bulb. 6 volt 20 watt. That's 3 6s are 18, 4 6s are 24, 5. Oh, I'm not very good at maths. 5 6s are 30. So that filament would take 5 amps. And you can see it's quite a hefty filament. Possibly used in the photographic field or projection, film projection. I'm only guessing on that one, but I think that's where it could have been used. I don't think it was used, well, as far as I know, it wouldn't have been used in a motor vehicle on account of the screw base. Screw base in a motor vehicle will just work itself loose. So there we are, that's the last little group in this batch. Thanks for watching. Any questions, please ask. Any thoughts or anything, also ask. Comments leave. Please subscribe. Thank you for watching.